So you've probably seen the headlines, the hate, people calling Concord, Concord 2, another hero shooter, and dead on arrival. But what if I told you that not only is that the marketing strategy that's already worked, but that they're also borrowing from a forgotten game genre, and no, it's not hero shooters. Let's rewind for a second. What is High Guard, and why is it being written off before we've even seen real gameplay? To understand that, we need to go back about 2 months to the Game Awards of 2025. The Game Awards is one of the biggest shows in gaming, with world premieres, big reveals, and AAA announcements. It's usually the place to unveil something ambitious like High Guard, developed by Studio Wildlight, a studio made up of industry veterans, people who worked on Apex Legends and Titanfall. So when High Guard was the final reveal of the night, and Jeff Keighley himself highly praised it, you'd expect hype. Instead, people immediately started calling it another Concord, hero shooter slop, dead on arrival, and it only got worse. After the reveal, High Guard's website went silent, their Twitter silent, no gameplay, no updates, nothing. So people started asking questions. Did they abandon the game? Was Jeff Keighley wrong? Where is High Guard? Here's the thing, we've seen this play before. Back in 2019, Battle Royales were exhausting players. H1Z1, H1Z1 again with its re-release of King of the Kill, the Calling, PUBG, Fortnite. Fatigue had fully set in for the Battle Royale genre. But then on February 4th, 2019, Respawn launched a random livestream. No marketing, no press, no explanation. Just 4 hours of what had just seemed scenery, peaceful, quiet, tranquil, until suddenly, it wasn't. A trailer dropped for Apex Legends right after the 4 hours of scenery with stylish visuals, controversial but yet interesting characters, and then the mic drop. The game was out that same day for free. No speculation, no wait and see, no guessing, just download and play the game. Players were instantly hooked, fast and fluid movement, satisfying gunplay, and a fresh blend of hero shooter and battle royale. Before critics could even react, Apex had hit 72 million players in 3 days. So why does this matter? Because the people behind Apex are no strangers to backlash or shadow dropping games. And High Guard's strategy feels very familiar. A tiny tease at the Game Awards, then complete silence. Sure, it's creating negativity, but they know something important. Once people play it, the gameplay will speak for itself. But that raises the real question, what even is High Guard? Because based on the trailer alone, people see guns, spells, and abilities and immediately scream hero shooter. That label doesn't actually fit. When you officially look up High Guard, it is described as a free-to-play PvPvE raid shooter. Okay, so not a hero shooter, but you might think, okay, PvPvE, is this like an extraction game like Arc Raiders? Not exactly. This is where things get interesting. PlayStation trophies for High Guard were leaked online, and trophies can tell us way more than what a trailer could ever do. Let's walk through some of the trophies. Complete the tutorial? Standard. Complete raid matches? Likely the main mode, maybe some for fun modes later. Then this one. Plant the shield breaker to start a raid. Planting an objective. That already sounds closer to Search and Destroy from Call of Duty, CS2, or Valorant. Complete raids as an assault, defense, recon, or support, and destruction wardens. Assault, defense, recon, support. See, that's pretty normal class types for these kind of shooter games. But destruction as a full class, that's a rare commodity. Outside of Battlefield Engineers and Rainbow Six Siege Breachers, you don't see that often. There's also a revive achievement called Soulmate. In the trailer, when players are eliminated, you can see floating red orbs, likely player souls used for revives. And much like other games, it seems like the player can fully finish them off so they can't be revived anymore. So now we know that there's downstates, revives, execution mechanics, class-based combat, and objective planting. Then we see destroy enemy soul orbs and sabotage mechanics. Sabotage and defend generators while raiding bases. Now this is big. What shooter has base defense? Maybe Rainbow Six Siege with reinforced walls in their setup phases for traps, but this seems like a much bigger base defense than that. Something more akin to Rust or Fortnite. This likely ties into planting shield breakers and the destruction wardens becoming a much more crucial part of the game. Then there are also mounts. Eliminate enemies while riding them, destroy enemy mounts. That alone suggests large-scale maps with layered combat and multi-level bases. Then this achievement, acquire the Big Rig LMG and destroy 3 iron walls in one match. This tells us a lot. Weapons are found mid-match like a battle royale, but more importantly, iron walls, different wall materials, reinforcement systems, very Siege, very Fortnite. Then we see chests. Open 15 loot chests in a single match. Looting, itemization, and then there's equip 3 legendary items in one match. Not weapons, not gears, items. That sounds way more like a MOBA system to me. The MOBA similarities get even more clear. Buy rare items from a vendor. So now we have loot, currency, item vendors, and ultimates, gold economy, maybe scaling builds for your warden builds. This is starting to look like more like a MOBA shooter than anything else. And then you add in overtime mechanics, what seems to be longer match times and objective-based raids, and suddenly that PvPvE raid shooter label makes more sense. High Guard isn't a hero shooter. It's a genre mashup, a tactical shooter with MOBA systems, base destructions, and large-scale PvPvE raids, a genre that's basically been forgotten, if not left behind from the likes of Monday Night Combat and maybe Happy Wars. So is Jeff Keighley right? Will this actually push shooters forward? Only time will tell. But looking at what's actually out there instead of writing hate threads, I'm way more optimistic about HighGuard and gaming as a whole. Hey guys, I don't usually make videos like this, but I felt pretty passionate about this one. Everything lately is pretty dead on arrival, doom and gloom, and negativity in the gaming sphere. Well, sometimes we just need to try things out again and have fun. So if you enjoyed this type of content, please drop a like or leave a comment on any feedback or suggestions or my pacing. I would mean the world to me, and I'd love to talk with you guys more. Hope you all have a great day. Peace. And of course, HighGuard announces a full deep dive right as the video goes live. Well, I best about to get ready for the next one.